You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcasting them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, everybody. It's Jackie Bros.
Hey!
Hope all y'all had...
Wait, I didn't say who I was.
Huh? Everybody knows who you are.
Somebody new could be coming to this podcast.
Yeah,
Maybe somebody got an iPhone for Christmas and they said, I'm going to listen to a podcast today.
It wasn't vacation.
That's true. So never mind.
No.
I'll just be a mystery.
No, everybody knows who the hell you are. If it's me, it's you. And if it's you, it's probably going to be, me.
Oh, that's a good song.
Yeah.
It's just like The Greatest Showman.
That's what is it?
The Greatest Showman. I can see
didn't like
Zac
it.
Efron singing that to Hugh Jackman.
You said it was going to be... You said there's going to be...
There's me.
Circus movie. And I said, well, they got animal and everything, and I like it. So I said, all right, I'll go see that. But this one, as soon as they started singing, I'm like, no.
People sing in circuses.
Well, I know.
Clowns.
I would like the animals, all cartoons anyway. They could have sang a song or two. If you're going to do it, if it's so unreal that the people are singing, that's what musicals, I didn't like them too much because they're just so far out there, nobody starts singing in the middle of town or whatever it is. But if they're going to do that, then the animals might as well do it too, is what I'm saying.
If you let them animals start talking, the first thing they're going to be like is unfair abuse.
Well,
or they might be like, unfair abuse.
Yeah. Well, then it'd be about
I
something.
accuse you, Hugh Jackman, of using the whip on my back.
Yeah. That's what it would have been about something then. Then it would have been
embarrassing me in front of my children.
Who's that singing? Elephant or horse?
Lion.
Oh, lion. Okay, yeah. Could have been any of them. But no, they didn't sing, just the people did, so.
I feel like that was very clearly a lion singing. If I had said cubs, I guess that would have tipped.
I thought it was either elephant or horse. I didn't know which one.
Embarrassing me in front of my cubs. Anyway, so Merry Christmas, everybody.
Don't go see. If you like singing, I ain't saying nothing wrong with that. If you like that sort of thing, go. But the animals don't sing a lick in it.
No.
So
if it was a Disney movie or a Pixar, then there'd be a little mouse under Hugh Jackman's hat. I feel like there is an animated Hugh Jackman with a mouse under his hat. What am I thinking of?
I don't know. That'd been cute, something like that, but it's not just singing. And if you like that sort of thing, go see it. But it's just not my cup of tea, so to speak.
Did you burn your Christmas tree yet, Jackie?
I got it all hauled out, all of it. Yeah, all took care of all that. I like to, because Christmas, they start it too soon, usually. Soon as, Thanksgiving's over, let it go. That's fine. That's what I say. Just, all of it.
Let it go, like the movie Frozen.
What is it?
Every song in Greatest Showman sounds a little bit like Frozen.
Frozen. Oh, that's that Snowman. We had to watch that a long time ago. I remember that. Well, don't remember it. They said Snowman singing it. Cartoon, that was it.
What do you think you'll take away from The Greatest Showman? If anyone, like a
the
year from
animals
now,
didn't sing. That's what I remember. Oh, you talk about that circus movie where everybody sang but the animals.
So what you take away from things is disappointment. Your grievance.
Well, that one
I remember
was.
what I didn't like about this.
That one,
what
yeah.
a sad, joyless life.
I don't take me to see. There's movies I do go see that I like. It's been a while.
What do you take away from Smokey and the Bandit?
Oh, it's, Jerry Reed, Jerry. I like Burt Reynolds. He's smart, Alec, but I like Jerry Reed. And the dog Flash.
He doesn't sing. He doesn't
sing. It's that Flash. It's not the Flash.
Flash is Roscoe Dog.
That's Dukes of Hazzard. That one's more racist than Smokey and the Bandit. That show because of the car and the name. But not the dog doesn't have anything to do with the dog, Flash.
The dog is not racist. Just a basset hound is not racist.
No, not at all. No.
Is it?
What?
Should I ask Twitter? I don't want to find out.
I don't either. I just know people don't like Dukes of Hazzard no more, and I explained to them I understand why. Burt Reynolds, as far as I remember, I'm sure you could find something in Smoking pretty much in a movie, unless it's, Circus Today, whatever, in a movie come out less than, 2 or 3 years ago, it's all bad now.
Basically, if you were Southern or a comedian before 2016, in the future, it's going to be as if you worked on Amos and Andy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not asking for sympathy.
No,
I don't want you to taste my tears. I'm just saying that's the way it's gonna. Later on, you'll be like, yeah, and then me and Jackie had this thing on YouTube. They'll be like, what? No, I'm not proud of it. That's what I'll say. Like 10 years, they'll say, we were on YouTube and we did funny videos, these two Southern old boys.
No, nobody.
And people be like, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I don't know what party I'm imagining I'm at.
Yeah, I would be there.
Have to be something I just stumbled into.
But it ain't no General Lee, Confederate flag, anything. I'm sure there may be some at a store or something they stop at, but they don't have it on them all the time in Smokey and the Bandit. But what's the dog's name in that? I forget. Flash is on the same kind of dog on Dukes, but this.
So how many animals were on the Dukes of Hazzard? Uncle Jesse had a raccoon on the cartoon. Raccoon cartoon.
Well, that's that ain't,
Folks, we're going to get to the news very shortly. First, we have to settle a few things. On the cartoon, Dukes of Hazzard, the raccoon, I don't think talked, but I think it communicated by going like, chicka, chicka, chee, 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 or something like that.
They did that with every show.
But sometimes it would talk.
Well, you used to watch the Happy Days, and Fonzie went to space. I had a talking dog with him.
They had a
But, I remember you liked to watch that, and I said, I'll watch the real Fonz. I don't want to watch this.
Laverne and Shirley went in the Army.
Yeah.
But I don't believe they ever saw combat, but I'm not sure.
Better hope it didn't. The Army better hope them two, it'd be a mess, whatever the hell they tried to do.
I wonder how many Mike Pences who didn't want women to serve in combat were basing that purely on watching the Laverne and Shirley cartoon.
Well, but they're probably not the best examples, yeah.
Fred, the Basset Hound dog for Snowman's pet, was personally picked by Burt Reynolds, chiefly because it refused to obey commands, allowing him to slap it. I added the last part about him slapping it.
I don't think he hits it in that. I don't think he does.
Fred. How did we forget Fred?
I don't know. I did Flash, Fred.
Fuck, man, we got to go back to rednecks.
I'm getting older and older every day.
That movie is like 400 years old.
I know.
Who's still alive from it?
Burt Reynolds still living. Satterfield is just doing, fine, as far as I can tell. That's it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, little man in it.
Yeah.
He's still living.
Well, you know what we ought to do is get him and Sally Field together in a movie. That would be good. And if Burt Reynolds can do a cameo.
If they still living. You say do a cameo. I know you're saying that because he's old, crippled up because action star. That's what happens.
That's not a word we use.
Well, he's slow moving and he's got some problems, health problems.
That's ageist, Jackie, and you are fucking old as shit.
Hey, watch your mouth. I know I'm old too. I'm saying.
I'm surprised you can get your fucking fragile ass chapped, cracked lips to move.
Shut your mouth.
Under your own power enough to say that somebody else is old as fuck.
Because you was trying to make cute or fun of it like he just do a cameo, but you remember when he was healthy, he used to do those cameos. Smoking Bandit 3, he wasn't in it but just a minute, too. So it ain't just because he's sick. He was healthy as a horse, and he wasn't in Smoking the Bandit, 3, but probably less than 5 minutes, I'd say.
Remember when he come on Golden Girls?
Huh?
He did a cameo on Golden Girls.
I didn't see it.
You remember that? That got like a 5-minute applause break. I sure do know a lot about Golden Girls and not that much about Smokey and the Bandit.
Well.
You know that sound, folks. That means there's a beer opening here on the Red State Update podcast, whatever the name of it is. And Jackie, I'm glad to be back with you here for the new year after Christmas. We've been gone for a little bit. I did a lot of running around burning people's Christmas trees.
Yeah.
They set out by the curb.
I did my own.
Why didn't you call me? You said you were going to call me.
I don't need you to. Why would I let somebody in? I want to burn it. That's what you out there burning people's Christmas tree. I do my own. I don't need your help.
It's so much fun. Those motherfuckers go up like a goddamn.
Watch your mouth.
Like, you don't. If you can't run fast, don't be near. You got to be able to at least jump or hop or roll. Like when you put a match to a dried out Christmas tree, it is every man for himself.
Yeah, it goes up. Yeah.
What fun! What fun! And what
under
fun.
the right circumstances, not just going up.
Most
down.
Circumstances.
Well,
many of them.
Not outside, not inside.
Not inside.
Yeah, that's what
unless it's like an insurance job.
Well, no.
Or you're trying to prove a point or win a bet.
No, shut your mouth.
Drunk.
You take that. You haul that Christmas tree. If Christmas over, haul it outside.
Mm-hmm.
Then you burn it. Don't.
Yeah.
Just like I said, depending on circumstances, what's happening around you, just don't go setting fire to Christmas trees. What? Definitely not until holiday's over, for sure.
To me, that's the end. Christmas ain't over until I have thrown a match into a bomb-like, combustible, dry-ass fucking Christmas tree. It's like,
you have to say it with the words.
It starts at Thanksgiving when Jesus came over here and met the Indians and warned them.
That's Mormons. Yeah, that's Mormons.
And then it ends. Midpoint is Christmas. Yeah. When Jesus was born, before he grew up and went to meet the Indians. And then it ends when something is singed.
Well, it ain't. Christmas ain't, Christmas is ain't over till the tree burn up.
That's what they always told me in school.
You still get that tree up, don't you? Well, time to burn it up. Move on, I always say. Everybody wish it'd be Christmas all the time, but it ain't.
That old saying, burn the tree on that one. You still dating that girl? Well, burn the tree on that one, son. It's over. I saw her riding around town with Paul.
Yeah. Well, I hope everybody had a good Christmas. You burnt your tree outside in the proper surroundings, and I hope you had a good. It's a new year already. Everybody say, well, let's hope 2018. I can't believe I'm saying that. 2018. Sound like I'm in a Buck Rogers movie or something. Never thought I'd say, what year is it? It's 2018. It don't sound right.
What Buck Rogers would that be? Where they traveled to the planet of corncob wipers?
I don't know any of them. I don't know any of them. I'm just saying him. With Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, or Star Wars, all that's the same to me. Some of it's old. But hell, Star Wars is old if you think about it.
It's as old as Smokey and the Bandit.
I know, yeah. You took me to see that new one, which is nice to see. Mark Hamill in it. He's a nice fella, but no offense to the movies, he didn't write it or nothing, did he?
Let me IMDb it.
Well, he didn't, like what you say, direct it or write it, right? Because I don't want to be,
You say he just got a payday? Is that what you're saying?
I know. I'm just saying he's not responsible for the stories or whatnot. Because and it's just because of my age. Obviously, people like it. I don't understand it. It's a big light show. It's lights and fast noises and people jumping around, and I don't understand any of the story. And that's not his fault. He was good every time I saw him doing something in it. He was fine, and the other people were fine too. But I don't know what it is they're doing or what they're talking about, and it's just not my cup of tea. But he's had some kind words to say about this here, us talking, and so I encouraged everybody, and I still do. It's still in the movies, right? Is it still out?
Yeah, it's still out there. You can catch it.
If you hadn't seen it yet, go see it again. I didn't really give it a good review because that's more my age and not liking spaceships. But other than that, it's a fine film. Go see it.
That's practically an A+ from Jackie.
Well.
Did they ever do Star Wars meets Buck Rogers?
They all could be that, and I wouldn't know if it was or not.
What about Jerry Reed meets Buck Rogers?
I don't understand half everybody's names. I don't know where the people are going, which
Burt
spaceship.
Reynolds slaps Buck Rogers.
Everybody's in their spaceship, and I don't know which one they're in. Like, they go, this person's here and that person's, I don't know, or on a different planet, I don't know. It's just, like I said, I'm of an age, 2018, that should probably still be here at that time.
Shouldn't.
Well.
I'm surprised you're actually still down here, Jackie. It was a bear to schedule you to come do this podcast. When did you get a secretary?
Well, I don't know if, she's a secretary, if you want to give it that. She answers the phone, and she calls my thing, which it ain't, it just lights up. It's like one of those things you get when you go to Logan's Steakhouse wait in line.
It says Logan Steakhouse on it.
Well, that's probably where they got it. But, when it lights up, I know that there's a call coming. Now, she knows I'm doing this for, it better just be an hour. I know I ain't done one in a while, so probably going to, a lot of stuff to talk about, so we should be talking about that shit in this.
He had to do that Greatest Showman hunk.
Well.
Listen, I called up, and she answered the phone. She said, Jackie's Markets, Jackie's office. And I said, I know he ain't there. And she said, ugh.
Well, what I thought some of it was a curse as far as, Jock is concerned. He was cursed with cancer to death because he was an awful man, and he passed that curse on to me.
Jackie's rival.
Well,
one of his rivals.
Ain't a rival no more. He's dead in the ground. So
Jockey, who bequeathed his store to Jackie upon his death because he was testing Jackie's metal.
Well, a lot of things happen, and I ain't got 4 or 5 hours to sit there and explain it all, but thought I was working in this store. This is Dunlap's Jackie's, but now it's just Jackie's.
Some of us got together and come up with a replacement store for Jackie, since his store got ripped off from him by some Nashville lawyers.
Well, funny enough, now something happened over there.
He was working for them, then he had to go work for Jockey, and then he was mayor for a second. And then we got him back in here where it was kind of like Jackie's. Except it's hard to find this place because of the confusing mists.
Right. But people done figured out now. Of course, if they ain't figured this out, there's plenty of other places to go now. Because all those places, the Nashville Lawyer's Hot Chicken, which was original Jackie's, that was one that started it all.
Yeah.
Well, far be it from me to question these gentlemen there, Nashville lawyers. They showed up here and they showed me the paperwork. They're gone. They're back in Nashville for whatever reason. So they
unloaded this off on you.
Well, it's my store. At first, it seemed like I said, you talk about blessing and curse, all this stuff outside Jockey's. That's still a curse, always will be. But then
none of this makes any sense. Somehow you wound up with 17 Jackie's.
Well,
markets.
It was started with the 3, and then balls started rolling, and this happened, and then there was one, the original. Not the original.
Well, let's count them down. There's the original Jackie's.
That was Nashville's Hot Chicken, and now it's back Jackie's again.
And then there was Jockey's, which was also
that was Pinky's.
Pinky Piglet Styrens.
Yeah, Tom Cruise Kenny ran a different Tom Cruise restaurant.
And then there was my Jackie's Market here.
Yeah.
And so somehow you wound up with all 3 of those. One was in bankruptcy, but all that sorted
all this turned around, and once the ball started rolling, it just kept on rolling. There's 17, and they're located. That bridge is working now. The bridge is finally working in Murfreesboro, the middle of town. You can get over there. Traffic used to be forever. Now they get that bridge working.
And there's a Jackie's Market on each side.
On every side. You go one side, you start on it, and get on the other side, guess what? You think, I'm going in circles. But no, you ain't. There's just one on each end. That's all it is to it.
Got 2 wall Jackies.
Yeah, 2 wall Jackies. There's a K Jackie. I think there's 3 K Jackies, isn't it? K Jackie?
3 or 4. How many Dollar General Jackies have you got?
There ain't but one of those as far as I can remember. But like I said, the ball gets rolling fast, and it's, there's Target Jackies, but you ain't supposed to call it that for whatever reason.
What are you supposed to call it?
I don't know. T-Jackie something. I don't know. T-Jackies, I think, is what they've been saying. But, it still looks like a Target thing, except it's got my head on the middle of it. But it's not a target. It's just a circle, you know.
What's that one that's just a chicken house with a Coke machine out front?
Which one is it?
Are we counting that one?
I think
I call
it
chicken jackies.
If it's got, you know, Jackie's or my face on it or whatever, then it's, you know, that's what it is. Now, see, there's a lot of people say, why does people want to see this old man's face or this?
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things have to do. Some people just think, oh, it's just funny, sweet old man. Like Colonel Sanders. You think, why would anybody want to look at Colonel Sanders?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that.
No.
But the people did. He did commercials and all
Really?
that. Yeah, he showed up. He cut the ribbon and all that. They love seeing him. Don't make a sense to me. But see, now there's a little bit of infamy with my history. And there was a time when there was something they thought they called it the Jackie Strangler. So I've been in the news in Murfreesboro history for some time now.
Sure.
So
you were mayor?
There's that. I was briefly. I was mayor. People thought I was some people dressing up like me, and then there was scare ones in the woods. It goes on and on and on. So there's, you know, these are the kind of questions I got to answer all day when I make appearances, these things, and that's all I got to do. I'm just going from one to the other, you know, and
You
you
must
know,
have $1 million.
oh,
now.
it ain't that. Don't if they got me on a salary.
Wait, who's got? Don't you own all these places?
Well, I ain't got time to. I could barely run store at my age. If they all come to me, this wasn't my idea. I'm not an idea man or whatever. This is, you know, this is somebody else's doing, and I'm along for the ride. Like I said, I'm on a decent salary. Huh?
These are your stores.
They
Who's
got
taking all
mine.
your
It
money?
ain't like Ronald McDonald owns all the damn McDonald's stores, is it?
Are you like Ronald McDonald?
Well, yeah, but ain't dumb, silly like a clown like it, but same sort of thing. More like a Wendy's girl. But not like a little girl, but she's just a regular little girl. That's her face on it. That's the same with me. Colonel Sanders, I need to stick with that. Old man.
Are you telling me there was nothing performative about Wendy's? Like, you say she wore that little dress and had a bow in her hair all the time? I doubt it.
And ponytail, didn't she? Had little ponytails. I thought that's how I remember
I
little
think
Wendy's.
you're thinking of Judy Jetson.
Judy Jetson. No.
Oh, I guess I'm thinking of Judy Jetson.
Well, that's all
I'm
I
the
gotta
Roy
do.
Moore of Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
All right, shut your mouth.
I don't even think I can make that joke.
Just shut your mouth. All I gotta do is show up, greet the public,
Is that even a joke?
answer some of these, questions I ask about this or that, and
Wait, so people just ask you, like, what was happening when everybody thought you were a serial killer?
well, not everybody asks me that question, but it happens every now and then.
Well,
yeah.
people must. Do people show up and go like, I still think you're a serial killer?
Well, they usually weed those people out before they get up close to me because they don't want them.
Who's in charge of this?
Well, is Pinky Piglet Styron.
Is he dead?
No, he's dead. Yes, your Pinky Junior. What? Yeah, Pinky.
Oh, Pinky Piglet Styron Jr., his daughter.
Yes.
She came over from Lane Bryant Jackie's.
That's it right there. Yep.
And now she's running everything?
Well, I had some dealings after Pinky passed away. I had some dealings with that store going through bankruptcy.
He is dead, right? Do I need to...
Well, I think so. He got real sick. I know he's real sick.
He's dead.
He passed on. I'm dealing with his daughter now. She stepped in, she and I got... And remember, I couldn't get him on the phone. Never could get him. I had all this stuff going on, bankruptcy, this, money, and I'm like, I got to get... They said, well, he's sick. He's in the hospital. Can't get in touch. Can't get him on the phone. Now, Pinky Piglet Styron Jr., I can't get her off the phone. I tell you right now, if I didn't have this Logan's thing, well, she wants to talk all the time. She wants to talk in the morning, won't talk in the afternoon, won't talk in the evening. Sometimes.
What is she running business decisions by you?
Well, sometimes talk about that. Sometimes she just won't tell me how day went or what she's doing or whatever. Somebody else how they're doing.
Oh, does she need a daddy?
Huh?
A father figure?
Well, she lost her daddy, but I don't think that's it. I think she just like to talk. It just seems like it to me.
Did she asked you to talk like in that Piglet voice like he had? Like
no,
that
she don't sound like... That's why her daddy, everybody called him Piglet, Mickey the Pooh, little friend, a little pig friend, and he sounds like this. She sounds like it, but it sounds like it's right because it's coming from a woman. Does that make sense?
Oh, I see. Well, you don't notice it.
There you go. That's it. Yeah,
that's
you don't think twice about it. But when it comes from a grown man talking like a little pig, that's something. Raise your eyebrow like, oh, he sounds like a little, Mickey Pooh's friend.
That's frowned upon.
Well, no, it ain't frowned upon.
In Jackie's world, if you sound like a pig, you might as well be stripped of your human rights.
I didn't say no such thing. It wasn't me that gave him a nickname. It's everybody, and I never thought anything wrong with it.
Motherfucker,
hey,
get out of my town.
Watch your mouth. Never said anything like it.
I hope you're not telling Pinky Piglet Styron Jr., his daughter, what you think about Pinky Piglet Styron Jr., her father.
I never said that. You said it. I never said talk to anybody like that, let alone. It had nothing to do. I thought it was something funny to talk about how he got the little pig voice, I never thought it was bad, neither here nor there, just what it sounded like.
So you owned 17 different Jackie's Markets.
Well, yeah.
And your face is on every store.
That's what it is more than anything
You have
else.
a secretary and a Logan Steakhouse beeper.
Right, which she could cut it off for let me talk for an hour here, and I know Pinky, she'll want to call me. I told Pinky Piglet Styron Jr., I told her that I was going to come in here and talk for an hour or so, and she said, she'll call me. I guarantee you, as soon as we get done, she'll want to talk a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. I'll talk a little bit.
When you get close to a Logan Steakhouse, does it ever go off?
Huh?
You ever just walk in and get
the
a table?
thing?
Yeah.
We ain't been by one, so I don't know. Didn't think about that. My secretary, she, if that's what you want to call a secretary, assistant, whatever it is, I'm sure she thought all that through. She may have changed a little computer thing inside of it to make it blank. I don't know.
I was wondering who was running the store up there. I didn't know any of them corporate suits up there.
Well,
it's illegal aliens and corporate suits.
Why? Illegal aliens?
Well, I don't think no human being is illegal.
Well,
that's
yeah.
what Twitter says.
Well.
And I take it to heart.
Well, that's my sponsor on here today, too, all 17 of them. Like I said, on either side of the bridge, on either side of town. You go to one. And
how many of them sell guns?
Well, all of them, I think, except the chicken one you mentioned. I think the rest of them do. Rifles, at least. Some, I don't know if all sell handguns. Some of them do, but I know they all got rifles in them. Yeah.
How many sell barbecue?
All of them, definitely.
So guns and barbecue at all of them.
Absolutely.
Where do you put the guns upstairs? Like they had I saw them taking out the crackers and the beanie weenies. I said that's an important part of Jackie's. They said, well, this ammo gotta go somewhere.
Well, I ain't got nothing to do with any of
yes,
that.
Like me sold your soul.
I didn't sell
just
nothing.
like Wendy.
Who?
The little Wendy's girl.
That's
Judy
her daddy
Jetson.
did that. That was her daddy made Wendy's. He didn't sell nothing to hers.
Well, you got into power and you become a powerful celebrity, hobnobbing with the Burger King and the Chick-fil-A cows.
I ain't hobnobbing with none of that. No, mine's just like I said, Colonel Sanders looking, just face. He didn't wear a hat, but that's about other than that, two old men. You think of him, think of chicken, think of me, think of barbecue, old rifle, or pistol,
or toilet paper.
Well, they got that too, yeah.
I saw in the Jackie Market circular that you were having a sale on toilet paper this week.
Well, which one?
I think it's for all local Jackie
all
Market.
All of them? Well.
No, because I get 2 every week, and they have conflicting sales.
Well, there's, like I said, either side of the bridge. Pay attention, look at the ad.
It depends on which side of the bridge you're on. I get it. Huh. Well, all right. Well, so, folks, if you're in the market for, take it from world-famous store owner, mascot, Jackie Bros. If you're in the market for toilet paper, barbecue, or a rifle.
Pistol, too. Some, not all of them, some of them.
What about hammers and hardware? There's got to be 1 or 2 of them.
Some of them, but I don't think that's not what they're known for.
What are they known for?
Well, mainly barbecue, rifles.
And what about Gunsonic? What are they saying about this?
Well, Gunsonic strictly, they sell all sorts of things. Now, some,
So you just rifles and pistols.
Well,
what about silencers? Those got hot.
I don't know if we deal with that, but if you come get here, you're welcome to go to Gun Sonic, get you some good. They got it all there. Well, but you ain't gonna get no barbecue over at Gun Sonic. You just gonna get one of those slushy drinks.
So you don't even know.
And tater tots. They still got tater tots too.
You don't even know what they're selling in your name. So I could go up there and buy a gun.
There's 17 different stores. I can't go be at all of them at the same time. And I trust Peggy Piglet Styron Jr. I trust her judgment to do as she will. So far, so good. Like I said, I get a modest salary. All I got to do is show up, shake a few hands, tell a few stories, and go to the next store and do it again.
Oh, at Jackie's Lottery and Liquor, I saw they were putting in a cocktail bologna.
What?
At Jackie's Lottery and Liquor, I saw they were putting in it said cocktail bologna,
I thought
too.
people were tired of cocktail bologna. Tom Cruise Kenny, I didn't know he was mixed in this.
No, it's not him. It's Tom Cruise Kimmy, his daughter.
Well, I didn't know he had his daughter.
Well, maybe you ought to start asking some questions on these phone calls.
I ain't seen him in a long time. He helped run the other store into the dirt, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you should ask Tom Cruise Kimmy, Pinky Piglet Styron Jr.'s best friend, who looks just like...
She can be friends with whoever she wants to.
She looks just like Surrey Cruz will look someday.
Who?
So that's Jackie's Markets. If you're in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and you want a bunch of different things, maybe a Coke from a chicken farm.
Well, you go from one end of the bridge to the other end of the bridge and think you in a Twilight Zone or something. No, sir. That's Jackie's and Jackie's.
I got a sponsor, Jackie, this week that I think you're really going to like.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a magical land called Wizard Beards, a store here in Murfreesboro?
That's a hippie store. I know what it is.
You can get bongs.
Right.
You can get a lighter shaped like a bong.
You can get like hippie records or something you listen to.
Vinyl, the big vinyl section.
Everybody on drugs listening to records. They're going back to the 1970s.
Yep. Except this is the today of the 2000s. 2005 is what year it is, and we are finally getting some legal pot. Not here in Tennessee, of course.
No, out in California they're doing it now, and, where Colorado, where some other ones.
Yeah, California sounds pretty good, especially the California here in Rutherford County, which is where Murfreesboro is.
Right.
And also California Part 2.
Part 2?
Yep. You go out in the woods. Follow this, folks. If you find yourself out in the damn woods here in Rutherford County, and you're like, damn, somebody's smoking some weed. Follow that. Follow your nose.
Don't follow no
and
drug
you're going to wind
smell.
up in California Part 2, where Wizard Beards has staked off some land, and we have seceded from the fucking state of Tennessee.
Watch your mouth for both of that language and what you're talking about.
Me and my Wizard Beard. Look, I love Tennessee. I'm born and bred here. Tennessee, much better than Alabama or Mississippi.
Oh, yeah.
Arkansas.
I'd say that, yeah.
Yeah, at least.
Better than all them, yeah.
At least those three.
Yeah.
Tennessee, the greatest state in the nation. Would you say that, Jackie?
Well, it's home to me. I like it, yeah.
I ain't even one that comes close to it.
It's better than Kentucky up above us. It's better than that, yeah.
Kentucky's stupid as shit.
Well, I know you don't have to say it that way, but yeah.
And what about Georgia?
Well, too now.
Listen, I like the South. I'm Southern.
I'm
going to say it now. Fuck every other state. Fuck Georgia.
Say it.
Fuck North Carolina.
The language.
And its
Watch
stupid
your
beaches and its goddamn hippie mountains.
Watch your mouth.
And the rest of it.
Look, I can't be associated with somebody running a mouth like you. I represent this whole business franchise, whatever you want to call it. And it's a family, place for the whole family gets a barbecue, rifle, or pistol. And the language like that will not be tolerated in my presence anymore longer. Let me tell you that right now.
Well, I'm something of a mascot myself because the Wizard Beards boys took a picture of me, high as hell, strung out, drunk too, laid out
any time of day
in my underwear, and they used that picture on some flyers that they scattered around the local high schools and said, "Come get baked like this dumb motherfucker."
What?
And they put, instead of the U and the C,
No.
they put 2 joints. And they put those flyers around the high school grounds.
No.
And they said, "Come, follow your nose into the woods. Come to California Part 2, where pot is legal." I don't care. They said, "I don't care what the governor of Tennessee, whoever that is,
All right.
or the president of the United States, who's Donald Trump, or that weird little guy who's the main lawyer and wants to make pot illegal, or what your preacher says or your mama says. Tell them to shut up. This is all on the flyer."
I knew that was coming.
And there's me. Like, you can almost see naked parts of it.
All right.
But you can't, just like an outline.
You don't send pictures
It's
of
funny.
naked stuff in a high
It's
school.
funny.
You don't take pictures of naked stuff anywhere near a high school.
It's funny because I'm high.
No.
Nobody, it's not sexual.
It's worse. That makes it worse. It's naked and high and put it in the high school. I'm telling you, I'm going to,
Well, you can't do anything because you have no jurisdiction in California. In California Part 2. Because that's where I live now. California Part 2. It's like being in California, but still fucking southern as hell, man. It's red.
No.
Redneck.
That's just what someplace in Murfreesboro, you just calling it whatever. They don't be making jokes about seceding, because I know they're taking down all the statues, but there was something called the Civil War, and let me tell you, a lot of men died because they tried to save this country, put it back together when somebody tried to secede. So I don't think that's funny. So you won't joke about seceding, you go ahead.
Okay. So we are seceding from Tennessee. Tennesseeing.
No.
And California Part 2 is where you can get drugs legal?
No.
This is all approved by the United States
Supreme
Supreme Court.
California if you're going to do that. Don't do it at any of that here.
May I borrow enough money?
Nope.
So that is California Beards. California Part 2 here in Rutherford County. Follow your nose. Look at the flyer on me passed out.
Don't look at anything like that, and don't smell drugs and go there. Don't do it.
Folks, I got to tell you, over the years, I've seen a lot of pictures of me half naked and passed out. And it never gets old. It's funny as hell.
Never funny.
Every single time.
No, pathetic saying is what it is.
If you've got one, like on your phone or on an old roll of film, if you've known me for a long time, send it to me. Send it my way. I love seeing pictures of me drunk, dick drawn on my face.
Just shut your mouth.
People
Nobody
putting their
wants to
dick
see
on my face.
Nobody wants to see a 50-year-old man in underwear sleep anywhere drunk.
No, nobody does want to see that.
No.
But they might look at me because I'm 26.
Oh, hell. Hey, everybody, it's Jackie Bros.
That's me playing this beer can to that music.
Yeah, just tapping on the can, yeah.
Probably sounded terrible in your headphones. Hey, folks, it's Dunlap, the man here.
Yeah.
We've been gone for a little while.
Yeah.
And you know what? Horrible things did not stop.
It just keeps on going. Everybody saying, 2018 will turn a new leaf. Everything going to change. Nah, it's just going to get, It's
but
gonna be.
You know what, Jackie, though? We cannot be like that in 2018. I think that since the last election, you remember that one when Donald Trump?
I remember it, hell.
That it did a number on us.
Yeah.
And it beat us down, and it punched us in the face.
Yeah.
And it grabbed my balls, and it pulled on them real hard.
All right. Don't need to hear all that.
It still got them.
Don't need to hear all that. Nobody does.
Well, we cannot be. We have to be hopeful. We can't be beat down. We can't let
No.
The bastards win.
Well.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Ronald Reagan.
Well, he didn't live through this.
No.
Thank
He
God.
got
Bless
out.
his soul. Bless his soul.
got
He's
out.
a lucky man. He did so good much.
He got out when the getting was good.
Good for him.
He didn't even see. What year did he die?
It's been a while now.
He didn't even get to see the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He would have loved it.
He would have enjoyed that compared to, but that ain't any kind of, trade-off as far as I'm concerned.
He probably would have made jokes about Thor's hammer somehow, like tearing down that wall. He tore down a wall.
He did, yeah.
Trump wants to build a wall.
One.
Basically, I'm saying we have to attack this with vigor and we can't do these podcasts where we're just like, oh, another terrible. I don't know what to say.
That's all I got to say. I tell you what I got to say. It's 2018. First off,
Buck Rogers.
Buck Rogers' time. Never thought I shouldn't have lived this. For you asking a man my age, what you gonna do? Well, I'll tell you exactly what I'll do. Nothing. We're all gonna die because nobody's gonna do nothing. He's gonna keep doing what he does. Nobody gonna do anything about it, and we'll all be dead here soon. Just as long as this keeps going,
It's kind of funny until we all die. If you're, white.
Yeah.
If you're not, if the country, if forces haven't kicked up a bunch of, I guess this stuff was always there. We can't lay a lot of this on Trump. Some of this is just like history and failure to, deal with shit.
Yeah.
Well, that plan didn't work.
Yeah.
Got dark real fast.
Well, what are you supposed to do?
Okay. How about this, Jackie? I got a whole list here of fucking bullshit that's happened in the past.
Way.
Hold on. That means a beer. So instead, we'll go through and decide what we will not talk about.
Yeah.
Every podcast has to have a gimmick. And maybe this one will be news we won't talk about.
All right.
So we'll decide which ones we will talk about.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about Logan Paul?
Who?
He's a YouTuber.
Who is it?
He's on YouTube, and everybody got mad at him.
Yes, that's everybody on the earth right now. He's on YouTube. Everybody got mad at him. Who is it? I don't know.
You know what? You're right. You are an old man, and I don't want to ruin what little you have left of your life by telling you.
No, there must be a reason to talk about this one, because like I said, everybody else, what is he?
He went to the suicide forest in Japan.
Wow.
There's this place in Japan. You know what? Seriously, let me just save you from this and just say X.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about the racist YouTuber.
I know he's racist on top of everything else.
Filmed.
We got plenty of racists to talk about, I bet, on this list here. Why don't we skip one on YouTube?
He just went to Japan and ran around and kind of made fun of everybody who lived in Japan.
Yeah.
Because he's blonde and...
I don't know why I won't talk about that, but all right.
So, no. We already talked about the button, so we'll say no on that.
No, we didn't. That's on the one we messed up on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, so, Jackie, have you heard about the button?
Well, a long time ago. When was that? That was a whole week ago, right?
That's how. So, joking about nuclear annihilation. Listen, do you remember when speaking of Ronald Reagan, who would have loved Ant-Man?
Yeah.
He would have been looking every night before he got into bed. He'd pull up the cover and look under there, and Nancy'd say, "Ron, what are you doing?" And he'd be like, "Hey, are you under there, Ant-Man? Good night."
So, real little Ant-Man's a little tiny one, right?
Yep.
I like that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Ronald Reagan got in trouble for joking about. Remember, it was like a moment. He was testing the microphones and we'll begin bombing, and that was a joke that nobody was supposed to hear, and people got mad. And that was like, what was that TV movie that come on about nuclear war and everybody was scared to death?
Yep, that was bad back then. Yeah, and Russia, and yeah.
Donald Trump put it out for people to look at.
And then, honestly, I know he's talking about his butt and being big. This is like the third or fourth time he's done it, right? Made a
joke about nuclear war.
It's not a joke. I don't think nothing he does is really funny, so I don't know if he's a joke. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares.
We messed up on that one because the cat was in here. We had to let the cat out.
That cat gets scared listening to two men scream in a room. They're going to get worked up.
Imagine how people on driving home feel.
I don't know.
So what's the point in talking about this? He's done it before. He's going to do it again until we die.
Nobody's going to do anything about it. There ain't nobody that cares about this country. Who the dare ISIS, another one walking away. All these men, all these Republican men, I should say. Well, I ain't going to run next year. I'm going to retire too. It's happening all the time. They cover their own butts is what they're doing. They made the big tax deal. Bob Corker put a bunch of money in his damn. They all cashing out, making their money, and they're more concerned about their own butts in this country. It makes me so mad. They're ashamed. They're traitors to this country as far as I'm concerned. They shouldn't have GOP anywhere near the damn names. And that's coming from an old Republican. I'm ashamed to see it. Ain't none of them cared. None of them said a word about whether he did nuclear jokes on the Twitters, whatever the hell it is. Like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna quit, and this tax deal's gonna set me up pretty good. I'll be all right for the rest of my life. To hell with the country. Y'all stuck with Trump. I'm getting out of here.
Did people get mad at Ronald Reagan? I mean, probably people thought that he was just making a joke, right? I mean, it played in, if you're on the left, it played into his warmongering, we're all going to die the day after. Was that what was something about Amelia? That was Ted Danson. What was the day after? That
day
was
after. Ted Danson in that one too, wasn't it? No.
Probably.
I'll tell you something.
He was getting a lot of work.
Oh, Made in America. Did you see that? Him a whoopee?
I never saw that.
Yeah,
no.
I saw.
Did you just rent that because it said America on it?
Oh, years ago, yeah. He had a cowboy hat on too.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It had been a long time. I think I remember laughing about it, but
what happens in it?
I might have just laughed at the picture of it. To be honest with you, I don't know.
So you don't know if you actually watched it or not?
Well, it's a long time. I just remember Ted Danson, Becca. I like Becca, Mean Doctor, and he was in Made in America. Him a whoopee.
Well, where's that box that has your receipts from the video store? Because we could find this out if we took the time to do it.
I don't know. I ain't going to go through it. You can go through it if you want.
They've been coming down here from the Jackie's Markets corporate, and they've been digitizing all your old records.
What?
They've been digitizing all your old records.
Did you what?
Listen. So, Made in America, starring Ted Danson. We're not going to talk about that one. Speaking of Republicans covering their own butts, what happened to Lindsey Graham? Because he used to not like Donald Trump, and now he's like his best buddy.
Something went wrong. I think Russia's got dirt on all of them, as far as I can tell, the way they're acting. There ain't no way. I don't care how much Russia put out a picture of me in my birthday suit with all the animals in the farm hockeying and doing the business on me, and they could put it out, and I wouldn't give a darn. You ain't gonna get me to get up there.
That sounds more like the Germans.
Whatever it is, you couldn't. No matter what, you'd put pictures of that all over the place. I wouldn't care. You ain't gonna get me to go up there and pucker up and say what a good president and what great leadership, and they're all full of it, and we know they're full of it. Mike Pence is the biggest kiss-up I ever seen in my life. I used to have respect for him a while back. It's been a long time, long-ass time, and I don't got none for him anymore.
You think Lindsey Graham just embraced his Peter Lorre-ness, and he was like, I'm just a henchman.
Hell, I guess
maybe
what it is,
I'm a second banana.
Well, he used to the same thing. Bob Corker made his money. That's one thing he did. He's out, too. He's quitting. But like they, every now and then, Lindsey Graham's one of those that, would say this is shameful. Occasionally, somebody would say this is shameful what the president has done. Not very much, not very often. But occasionally somebody do that. Lindsey Graham was one of those people. Bob Corker's one of those people. But
well, listen, Bob Corker can go back to business.
that's exactly what he's going to do.
John McCain's sick. Issa, was he a businessman too?
He rich as hell. He got all kinds of money, yeah.
But what is Lindsey Graham going to do?
I don't know.
He's a politician.
Go back to that bar his mom and daddy had a guess. I don't know what he's going to do.
That's where he goes to every night in his mind.
He sits there, cleaning out the glasses.
Black Mirror, he pushes a button on his computer and it goes into a computer memory and he's sitting there cleaning out little sherry glasses. Every night, all he does is just watches sherry glass after sherry glass. I think I went to prom with her. Sherry glass.
Who?
So we're not going to talk about Lindsey Graham.
Hell with him.
What happened? They played golf and something happened on that golf course.
I don't know. Somebody got dirt. If Russia got dirt on Trump, Trump got dirt on Lindsey Graham. Who knows? I don't know.
Something happened in the locker room and Trump had cameras.
That may have been it. All I know, yeah. Don't go on Trump property without expecting, mind your P's and Q's wherever you there, yeah.
Well, Trump loves the Russians bug everything, even though it's going to bite him on the ass.
Yeah.
He likes to bug things, too. So he brings Lindsey Graham down. He bugs the locker room, and who knows what happened in that locker room.
I don't know.
So not going to talk about Lindsey Graham. What about another one of his lackeys, Jeff Sessions, wanting to make pot illegal? It's just people trying to make hay while he's distracted by that book. Is like Sessions wants the pot. I can't believe Trump wants the pot gone.
He don't care about it one way or the other. That Jeff Sessions won't do that. That's also he's trying to get rid of something Obama did. He ain't gonna go out California and start a bunch of bull with them. I don't think. I don't like drugs either. Me and Jeff Sessions, there's some stuff we have in common, some stuff we don't. Most of the racism we don't have in common. I just want to make that clear.
I'm glad you clarified
but
that.
As far as the drugs go,
because if you said I have a lot in common with Jeff Sessions, people are gonna go to the racism.
Well,
first.
that's what first thing I know it. That's the first thing I say it. And as far as drugs concerned, I don't think people should be doing drugs, but I also don't think you need to fill up every prison with another black man. Make it easier and easier to do that. And I know that's part of his plan, and people say it is. He wants those private prisons. There's money there, right? That's what that money comes from, right?
I guess it's private prisons.
But these states,
what else would it be? Is it pharmaceutical? I mean, like what does he get other than just making laws to put
he's
black
like
guys
an
in jail?
Woman at the church that don't like drugs, and I've had enough of it. That's it. I think that's where it comes from. Than getting and doing something that Obama did. Now I don't like drugs, and I ain't gonna do drugs. But evidently these hippie states, have done it. They ain't blown up. People ain't getting, as far as I know, they sitting around on the rear ends high all the time, which ain't no way to live. But I don't think all these things they said would happen evidently hadn't happened. So I don't care. Tennessee can stay away from it, and that's fine with me, whether there's Little California or not. But there's nobody wants this. There's plenty of Republican states that have it, free from medical, whatever the hell it is. They don't want it. Of course, California don't want it. Basically nobody wants it except for Jeff Sessions. That's it.
Well, I'll tell you, I am high as hell right now on civil disobedience. So we're not going to talk about this fucking Sessions. I didn't like him to begin with. But if you
watch your mouth, I don't like him either.
But if you tell me I can't smoke a joint, if I go to the trouble of being a state that legalizes marijuana and is okay with all those weird skate kids that look like damn Mad Max hanging around. Have you noticed that, you ever been to Las Vegas since they legalized marijuana?
No.
You ever been? I've watched live cam feeds of every state where pot is legal. And let me tell you who you see hanging around. The kids look like fucking Mad Max. Remember in the 80s, whenever you'd see a bunch of punk kids, they all look like a damn Warriors or Mad Max, and you'd be like, that's not what, kids do not look like that. Well, they do now, and they all live in legalized pot states. And you're going to see more and more of them. And that's fine, because you ain't going to be scared, because you're going to be high as hell, too.
All right.
So, Jeff Sessions, this is the world that we live in, where Mad Max kids and me can get along great, because we're all fucking stoned as fuck.
Watch your mouth.
So you need to keep your little stupid Keebler elf. What else do they say he looks like?
I don't know. Little fat-faced old man would look like me.
He looked like the worst deacon in every church.
Wide face, something like, you know.
Well, you need to go back to being the worst deacon in every church, Jeff Sessions, and keep your hands off my stash. Not my mustache, but my dope.
All right.
So I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then what we did, I guess we should talk about this stupid book. That's great. Did you read any of this book that come out? Fire and Fury, Jackie.
I ain't got to read it. You've been telling me all the funny things in it.
Oh, man,
well, some of it's funny,
hilarious.
some of it's just terrifying. But this fella who wrote it, some of
It's
it's
kind of
true.
both.
Well, yeah.
Like that, people got mad that they said Get Out was a comedy for the Golden Globes because it's terrifying, but it's still kind of funny. I don't know if I can't say I'm not. How are you laughing at it? I guess that's the thing. But when you read Fire and Fury, I'm not laughing at it like some racist watching Get Out, like Jeff Sessions would.
Wow.
I'm laughing at Fire and Fury out of, I guess, just sadness of how the world's going to end soon, which that's not really funny.
No.
I was high. I had California beards. I was just reading. We was all high as hell. I was just reading it out loud to him. I mean, like, and then he said, then Trump yelled at Jared Kushner.
Ain't nothing in it that you read so far that I really didn't know already. I mean, everything, you know, that it acts like it all makes sense. Like,
It really just confirms a lot of stuff.
That's all it is.
We were saying that he did not want to be president before he became president. I listened to old podcasts when I was putting together all them best ofs, like we're listening to the best of damn crud.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
We said that neither him or Hillary Clinton wanted to be president.
Yeah.
And she got her wish. And he got stuck with it. Stupid motherfucker.
All right.
The president is. Yeah, the book just confirms. It really just confirms. There's no bombshells. It's like, oh yeah, that's what I thought. Ooh, that sounds worse than what I thought.
Is there some people?
Nothing out of left field.
Because I knew he was an idiot first time I ever saw him on anything. I did so. Well, there's an idiot, and then I did, you know, and that was for a few seconds, and then he run for president. That's all I know. He had a TV show, and here he is. But are there some people, let's say, who voted for him, who said, no, they're really picking on too much? All right, that's a little too much. All right, do you eventually kind of come around and just go, wait a minute, is he dumb as hell?
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Sarah Palin?
What do you mean, how I feel about her?
Would you say how would you describe her?
Well, I describe her, hopefully she's doing better. I think she had some family issues and, you know, that sort of thing. But she didn't become a vice president or president for us to sit and watch however she's going to do it. She may do a good job. I can't judge on that.
I'm just saying when you vote for somebody, you go to extremes. If somebody voted for Trump and I like Trump, I'm going to vote for him. They put a Trump sign in the yard. You think a year later they're going to be like, dumb shithead? He's a dumb-ass motherfucker. What an idiot.
Hey.
Remember when I voted for him? Nobody's going to do that.
No.
They're going to tie themselves up in knots until, like, there's enough time between him getting elected and the present when they can say, I can't even, did I vote for him? I think I voted for the woman. Didn't I? Honey, did I vote for that woman?
And
what was her name?
Answer back, you didn't vote for nobody. As most people right there said, less than 50% of the damn country went and voted.
Right. And then he's like, well, I thought my wife died. And she's like, I did. And he's like, fuck, Black Mirror.
Hey.
I'm in a fucking computer.
All right, watch your mouth.
And then the guy running the computer says, yep, Trump voter, delete. And he deletes that program. And we get our country back. But then it turns out that the country was a computer.
Wow.
Have you watched any Black Mirror?
What is it?
So I guess that's the book. Is there anything else you want to say about the book? Libel. He wants to make it libel.
He says that all the damn time. He gonna look at the libel laws. None of that makes it. First off, he can't. The president can't wave a wand and change the libel laws. There's a lot to that, with First Amendment and this
Can I just say, I wish somebody would tell him that waving a wand is what makes laws happen. That'd be hilarious.
Be sitting there swatting all day back and forth. Just let it sit in there.
Alakazam. I can't. How would Trump say?
Hell, I don't know.
Alakazam.
It'll sound awful however it is he says it. But first off, it don't make any sense, even if it could, because if he got rid of the libel laws, he would be sued every 5 minutes. If Fox News, they'd run him off the air. They wouldn't have enough lawyers to keep him in court all the time. There'd be people everything he says don't make any damn sense.
Jackie, you're talking about a stable genius.
Yeah, right. Well, see, also, it's the First Amendment. One of the things that our country is founded upon. And nobody says anything about it. Yes, I know it's stupid, but nobody stands up and says he shouldn't have said that. Now the soul does. The Republicans don't. That's what I'm talking about. That's who I'm trying to sing right now.
Because when he says it, though, everybody knows that it can't possibly happen. It's so stupid. It's not based in any sort of reality. It's the ravings of a narcissist.
But that's the point is that the president cares more about himself than anything to do with this country or what this country stands for or any law that this country has. He could care less about that. That's the point I'm trying to make when he says I'm going to change the libel law. The only reason he's saying that because he didn't like this book coming out and what it said about him.
But there's a million things like that that's happened in the past year. People can't stand up and denounce him. They either have to read like a Santa's list of naughty kids scroll, like some sort of ancient Babylonian parchment.
Well,
I don't know. Or they can't respond like that to everything he does because he says something dumb that's not based in reality every day.
So nobody does anything, though.
Yes.
And he just keeps doing it.
Or some of the people are getting something, like Mitch McConnell passed a thing. What's his face? The bodybuilder. What's his name?
Who?
The guy who runs the house.
Paul Ryan?
Yeah. He lifts his little weights.
What? All of them have to know how.
He got a thing.
I ain't trying to speak too highly of Paul Ryan or Mitch McConnell.
No, don't.
But I'm going to say they got more sense than Donald Trump. Of course, the dog in the street has more sense than Donald Trump. But that day that they passed their big tax and they all got their big payoff, they all got up there on front. They know on TV they look pathetic, don't they? I mean, I guess if you're a politician, you're used to looking pathetic all the damn time. That's part of the job you sign up for. Yes, yeah, I'm gonna look like an idiot 24 hours a day, but by God, I'm gonna do something with this country. I'll make some money, whatever the hell it is, whatever got you into it. But they all sat up there, puckered up, and kissed that man's rear. Orrin Hatch, which I would retire after this too, said, "You may be one of the greatest presidents this country has ever seen." He said that.
He's funny.
Well,
wait, who was this?
Orrin Hatch.
Oh, he's not funny.
No. None of them are funny. Huh. They all get up there, pants go on for 15 damn minutes, going on kissing his butt. They just don't care, I guess. I guess, like I said, they're all going to be. Frank Ryan, there have been rumors he's stepping down.
They're all
Paul
going.
Ryman. They're all going. Every say they're either going to get voted out. Most of them don't want to get beat so bad, and they're embarrassed, and they're going to quit. Some of them are half crazy now. They're going to take their money, like all that money they made off that tax bill, and then they're going to give a party, just hand it over to dumbasses like President Dumbass, Ku Klux Klan members, and
Roy
Nazis.
Moore in disguise.
Here it is. This is it now. I'm hitting it. They don't care 2 bits about this country. Not one damn bit. They're handing the keys to these kind of people. That's what the GOP is doing right now.
That was a good rant. You sound like Ed Schutz.
Oh?
I don't know. Is he still around? Did he get in trouble? Is he fired?
I don't know.
He'd get mad. People get mad now.
Well,
you're
should
good
be
at
mad.
it, Jack. Yeah, it's good getting mad.
Well, I had it with all these people who's supposed to be represent my party and what I stand for and how I feel, and all of them just sniveling a little, just ugh. Ain't one worth a count. Ain't a one. Ain't a one.
All right, so we won't talk about any of that. We'll
Good.
talk about libel laws or how he said he was really smart. What do people think when he says he's really? They just think that's funny because he's making Democrats mad.
There's a percentage of people that know how stupid he is, but love every minute of it that it makes liberals as mad as it does. And I want to enjoy liberals being mad. Trust me, there's nothing I enjoy more, but I can't for this.
Is that what Stephen Miller is? Is he just something to make liberals mad?
Steve Miller, that's that little scrawny man he puts on when he gets mad, starts talking high, right?
Yep. Funny.
No, just they put him on TV to get people wound up. That's about it. Yeah. There's a lot of people on TV ought not be on TV.
This is probably the most people on TV that shouldn't be on TV.
This has gotten worse and worse my entire
since the Lawrence Welk show was on.
Well, there's more channels, too many channels for them to be on, too. Back in the day, you had TV. We first had TV in the house. You only had, 3 channels. And, there may be 1 or 2 people you ain't crazy about, but for the most part, everybody halfway decent. And as the years have gone on, there's more channels, more idiots, more dumbass. Excuse my language, but when I'm talking about President Dumbass, I'm going to say dumbass. I'm sorry. I said it again. They do just more and more. How many can you fit in the TV? We're at that point now.
Well, we may have lost one since this book come out because Steve Bannon, I couldn't tell what was happening. I always expect him to bounce back, to turn up again like your alcoholic grandfather turns up at the Thanksgiving, which is sort of what he looks like, maybe with more hair.
Well, I didn't look at Breitbart and none of that stuff anyway, so the only way I knew him is when he's with Trump. And
he always looks like he's roaming from town to town, like one of those shows.
Hobo, yeah.
Yeah, like the Hulk or like Highway to Heaven.
He'd
or
be
Here's
the worst
Boomer.
Hulk ever. Be the worst one. I'd turn that off. If that was him that turned it something, like it's already bad. He already a monster.
Maybe that's why he wears 2 shirts, because he's always busting through them.
Yeah, must be.
I have 1 shirt for when I Hulk out, and then another one if I have to go to dinner later. That book says him and he forced Trump to have dinner with him every night at 6:30. Trump wanted to climb into bed and lay face down on a sack of Hardee's, but Steve Bannon, trying to get access to him, forced him to have every night he could. Everybody was trying to get to have dinner with Trump, but Trump is like 90 years old and goes to bed at 3 p.m. so he can get up and tweet on the toilet when he shits out all that Hardee's. Our president I'm talking about. So, but Steve Bannon somehow just forced, because Steve Bannon, none of these people had jobs. That's another thing. This book is really fun, guys. Nobody had jobs. So like Jared Kushner, Ivanka, Reince Priebus had an actual job where he had to try to run. He was the only one with an actual job, which kind of put him at a disadvantage because everybody else was just sort of afraid to lay down on the couch in Trump's office and try to get in his ear.
When the situation is you look around the room and you see all these people and the one that you think can do the job is Reince Priebus, then we're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
We're in trouble right there. Who can I count on in this room? Reince Priebus. No one has ever said that before until he became chief of staff of the White House.
And nobody said it then either.
Well, no, they didn't. He gone.
He had one shot. Like Eminem, sang a song to him and he fucked it up. Hey, you got one shot.
Watch your mouth.
And then before the song's over, Eminem's like, "You done fucked it up.
All right.
You had one shot. I didn't even get to the chorus." Eminem wouldn't even talk to Reince Priebus. I don't know. What would they talk about?
He wouldn't. I don't know. Eminem's a rapping man, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
What would they say to each other?
I don't know. He'd rap something to him. I don't know.
"Hey, you're Eminem." "Yep. Who are you?" "I'm Reince Priebus." "Who?" So Bannon got in trouble because I guess he just talked to this sleazy book guy who wrote a funny book. It's fun, really funny. It's terrifying. And Now, he had to apologize? I didn't think that was going to happen, that Bannon was going to apologize.
Too late,
to Trump.
though. Too late. You already closed. He ain't got nowhere. Breitbart's gone with him. He ain't on the radio no more. He ain't got nowhere. Because the GOP ain't what's left of those miserable SOBs. They ain't ever going to have nothing to do with Steve Bannon ever again. Now, Trump people ain't ever going to have anything to do with Steve Bannon again, so Steve Bannon ain't going to have nothing to do with nobody ever again. That's it.
It's the billionaires. It's the billionaire man and his billionaire daughter. I guess that's who he was.
At Breitbart's there, yeah.
Yeah, so that's who fired him from Breitbart. That's who he was apologizing to, I guess. I'm guessing. When the billionaire who funded the Trump campaign.
And all this happened just because he propped his feet up on some desk when he's talking to this fella, smoking a cigar or something. You know something else? Blah, 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 blah. Just him mouthing off, listening to himself.
He talked so long. In the book, the man says, one night Steve Bannon talked to me so long that by the time I finally got out of there, Steve Bannon was wearing 9 shirts.
If you spent that long with Steve Bannon and the rest of that people in the White House, this man deserves all of those millions.
Sloppy
every
Steve.
dollar. Sloppy Steve, yeah.
Sloppy Steve, he said.
See, you want to enjoy something like that, you can't, because the people actually getting hurt because of this man, the president, and people's lives are being destroyed. And I want to laugh, go, oh, Sloppy Steve, that's funny, but I can't.
No, we sending a bunch of Salvadorans back to Earthquake country. Earthcake. Earthcake's a good name for a restaurant.
What is it?
Earthcake. Hey, if you were a hippie.
No, that doesn't sound like to me. It don't sound like that cake's going to be moist or sweet.
Grainy.
Yep.
Not good. Grainy.
I don't like that cake.
What am I? Like, what's this? Oh, it's a big hunk of corn.
Yeah.
Earthcakes are sponsored today. Earthcakes. I wrote that down for no reason. So, speaking of people talking to people,
Right.
Jackie, I hear, I'd be a good gossip radio person. Jackie, I hear that Bob Mueller,
Yeah.
is that his name?
Mueller.
Or am I thinking of the guy from Channel 2?
Robert Mueller.
He wants to talk to Donald Trump, our president.
I don't think he wants to. I think he has to at some point, and he ain't looking forward to it, I guarantee you.
Who do you think is dreading that more? I'm going to say Mueller.
Trump loves to talk. He don't give a damn.
I mean, he's got to say he doesn't want to talk, but he wants nothing more than to go in there and talk to Mueller. And say, I didn't do it. There's no collusion. Blah, blah. What's it like? How do you do it? Like, Trump is an idiot. Trump is a fucking idiot.
I know. Don't say
Our
it that
president.
way.
But Mueller doesn't want to. Would you want to have to talk to Trump about anything? Try to get
Hell
an
no.
answer?
Nobody wants to talk to him about nothing.
What if
No.
your job was to interview Trump for a legal proceeding? You had to get some. How would you even make him? What if you were like a notary and Trump needed something notarized? How would you even get Trump to sign on the right? Can you imagine?
No.
What if Trump answered the phone and you were a telemarketer? You were trying to sell him like the Tennessean, the Sunday Tennessean. How would you even? You'd never get off the phone and you'd never get him to answer any questions. You'd be stuck there for eternity. Do you think when was the last time you think Trump answered the phone?
He don't know how to open a bus door. He don't know how to answer. He knows how to put the words on the computer. That's all he knows how to do with the phone. I'm sure there's somebody he gets mad at and wants to scream at that ain't there. He got a call, so that happens every now and then.
So, won't talk about Mueller. What about Trump being... Now they're doing all these presidential photo ops, like him talking to Congress saying, well, I don't want to send dreamers home. Or do I? We'll see.
Well, some judge ordered a DACA. They took that, and he said Trump can't do nothing to it. And he used something he said on the damn computer saying that, we got to keep this because of these people serving the military, which he's right. Nobody wants this. And so he's using what the president says. Of course, he changes his mind. It don't matter what he says.
Except for the things that he puts down in writing on the computer for the world to see.
Well, they go back and forth
forever.
with, does that matter, does it not? Well, that'll be discussed. They've said it's official, and some people said it hadn't, but someday there's going to be about 20 damn lawyers trying to figure out the stuff that he craps out on the damn computer, whether it means a damn or not.
I'm going to say since nothing matters, that doesn't matter
Yep.
either.
Yep.
He didn't know the words to the national anthem. Is that true? I didn't watch any of that.
How would he know the words to that? How, is he going to sit and listen to a song long enough to learn? Even if he listened to it, do you think he stopped at how many? Of course, he goes to some real games, I'm sure. But is he somebody that stands up in the room when it's on the TV? No.
He thinks everybody at a football game is going to stand up and cheer him if it's in Georgia, but he forgets that everybody's not white.
Yep.
Okay, but think about this. What was the last song that you think Trump knew the words to? I mean, think back to Trump, little Trump, desperate for his father's affection, wherever he lived. Where did he live? At boarding school?
Something like it, yeah.
Maybe some
military school, something, yeah.
Was he a bully, or was he too dumb to be a bully? Did he hit people?
Usually it's people that got bullied that messed up so bad he turned into this. But who knows? I don't know.
I'm going to say Palisades Park. All right, so, Jackie, we're coming to the part of the show where we're probably going to talk about Oprah running for president.
And that'd be silly any other day of the week. Any other time in my life, Oprah run for president. Yeah, Oprah run for president. Yeah. Well. And now it's like, hell, I don't know. Well, probably. Why not? Nothing's ever going to be right again as far as president and the country and House run. So it could be anything from here on out. If it's this, President Dumbass is able to stay in there as long as he has and walk in there and nobody do nothing about it, then hell, I don't know.
I mean, at this point, I guess you can't go back. If you're starting off with celebrities who should be president, I mean, she seems as good as any, I guess.
I like Oprah just fine. Yeah, I like, she's smart lady. She got run a multi-billion. That's how she got a lot more money than Trump ever made. She sure as hell made a lot more money than that man ever figured out how to make. Why not? Hell. If that's my choice, if you ask, should she run for president? Hell, I don't know. But is it like anytime you set somebody up, is that your choice? Would you, is it Oprah or who we have? Well, I'll try anything at this point. Nothing against Oprah. I'm sure she'd do a fine job, but anybody's better than him. So,
everybody likes Oprah except Kamala Harris, Kirsten Gillibrand, Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah. Bernie Sanders don't like Oprah, I bet.
Bernie Sanders.
He don't like Oprah.
What if Bernie Sanders runs against... You know what's going to make people... The only thing that could make people hate Bernie bros more is if Bernie starts running down Oprah. I mean, she's a nice lady, but I don't know about her policies.
Please don't, God, don't make me sit through that. I've seen enough. I don't need to see Bernie and Oprah run against one another. Please, don't put me through that. Aren't you putting me through enough as it is?
Hey, I want to spend some time on Twitter, Jackie, we're going down the list of things we don't want to talk about.
Ain't but one good thing on Twitter. That's Fred Thompson's Twitter. God rest his soul.
He's no longer with us.
Yeah.
He had another one who got out while the getting was good.
Yep.
But I do want to. We were talking about who defends Donald Trump and his button tweets. Mike Huckabee here says he's taking a kind of a tone. I'd say that's sort of a whimsical, sort of asshole kind of. He says, whoa! I thought tweets by real Donald Trump were going to goad Lil Kim Jong-un into hunkering down and firing nukes. Not re-engaging with South Korea and sending athletes to the Olympics. I guess that was more fake news.
Right.
Yeah, it was Donald Trump. I think what happened was everybody just realized they're just going to run around us to get anything done. Did anybody ever think that the rest of the world at some point, if you just have a crazy person running a country with a bunch of nuclear weapons, that at some point other countries are going to go like that? We can't have this. I mean, they're kind of affected by this too.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, also Huckabee. I think we reference Wimpy a lot on this show.
Popeye and Wimpy.
Yeah,
Popeye
and Huckabee also today referenced Wimpy, and I thought I couldn't think of something good to tweet back at him. He just said that like Trump, the Democrats trying to get Dreamers to stay in exchange for a wall was like Wimpy saying, "I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today." That's basically the gist of his tweet.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but
No.
I mean, when we say Wimpy, I don't guess we're funny either.
I don't ever think Huckabee's funny. Never did think he was funny. He thinks he's funny. He had a little TV show.
When that dog would skateboard on it.
That dog is funny, yes, but he didn't. It ain't like his idea. That dog was skateboarding before he ever had a TV show. He just brought the dog on to do it. Now, there was a time when he was running against, years and years ago, Mike Huckabee come out of nowhere, and they said, well, he seems like a nice man, don't he? Well, he seemed like a nice, godly man. A little old-fashioned, yeah, good old Mike Huckabee. I remember a time. It was a long-ass time ago. Long time ago.
Somebody years ago wanted us to...
One of his boys contacted us. One of his boys.
I like it when we...
2008.
I like it when we start going down memory lane and giving some behind-the-scenes anecdote. No, it wasn't one of his boys. It was somebody from the campaign. I can't remember who it was, from the Huckabee campaign.
They said his son liked us.
Son liked it. I don't
it.
know if it's the one that killed the dog.
Well, I hope it ain't the one
that
that killed the dog.
I wouldn't say it was.
Okay.
What if it was Sarah Huckabee Sanders that liked us?
Well,
she gave us press passes.
That all changed. We ran into him at the Reagan, and he got mad at me, screamed at me. That's on YouTube somewhere.
That's true. He does hate you. But he doesn't know who we are.
No, he done forgot about it by now, yeah.
You got under his wife's foot.
She got all tangled up, and it wasn't my fault. There are tons of people all around us. I still remember getting tickled. She's screaming. Poor woman. She got tangled up in wires.
Fault.
No, she was just having to put up with him. That's his job. I got to go wherever he goes. And all these people in the press with cameras and cords and everything. Got her all tangled up in that.
I don't even think what we said was that offensive or funny. I can't remember what it was.
I don't even remember. Yeah.
Who cares? Hey, so we won't talk about that. But you know what else we shouldn't talk about?
Why?
Actually, this is what we should talk about. This is where it ends here, Jackie.
Yep.
Charlie Daniels.
Oh, this on Twitter twice too. Computers, right?
Now, look, we've been checking ever since Fred Thompson died. We get on and we check Charlie Daniels' Twitter feed.
Oh, yeah.
A lot. And now Charlie Daniels' Twitter feed is in the fucking news.
Hey, I don't say it. What? Well, good for him.
And because Taco Bell started a Bell-luminati advertising campaign, and Charlie Daniels says the Illuminati's nothing to joke about. Taco Bell.
He didn't like it, yeah, Taco Bell.
And everybody thinks that's funny as hell. Well, listen, you know it's par for the course if you've been following Charlie Daniels' Twitter feed as long as we have. And we've noticed a few trends here, a few themes. Here's a few things he does every day. He always says, pray for the blue.
Yeah.
Like once a day. It's like getting up and doing your stretches or your meditation or taking your fish oil.
He don't do none of that. He takes fish oil maybe, but the rest of it he ain't stretching.
Benghazi ain't going away. He says that every day.
He's still on there, yeah.
Well, he says it. Yeah, he says
consistent every day, yeah.
Does he do? And every night when he goes to bed, you can tell when Charlie Daniels goes to bed, unless he's got this to auto tweet. He says, "Can you do that even?" He says, "Good night. Guess I'll hang it up for tonight. Good night, planet Earth. God bless."
Says goodbye to the whole world. Good night.
The whole planet.
Everybody, yeah.
I wonder if he means that. Should I tweet at him and ask him if when he says goodnight, planet Earth, if he also means Muslims?
Best just leave that alone, I think, for everybody's sake.
What if that was what really brought about World War III?
Charlie Daniels?
Yeah, just me
What's the difference between what he said to Taco Bell than what the actual president said to North Korea? What is the damn difference? It's all the same.
He's been putting up some old pictures of him in the CDB. It's pretty cool. Guess I'll hang it up for tonight. Every night. Guess I'll hang it up for... And then he gets up and he does a damn Trust in the Lord. He does a Bible. He does some Bible.
Nothing wrong with that. Little churching up. Yeah.
This is pretty good. Don't do it because it feels good. Do it because it feels right. That's all make the day count.
Yeah.
Morning prayer. Lord, help us to remember that he who walks beside us is infinitely more powerful than he who hovers around us and tries to discourage everything we do. My help cometh from the Lord. Greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world.
Good night, whole. What did you say? Good night, whole world.
Guess I'll hang it up for tonight. Good night, planet Earth.
Good night,
God bless.
planet Earth, yeah.
22 veterans commit suicide every day. I think he says that every day, too. I mean, that's,
It's awful, but people should care and know about it, yeah.
I think he does that because he thought Obama wasn't paying enough attention to the... You know what? I should stop paying as much attention to the Charlie Daniels.
Well, let's just take
it's in the news now, and I feel wimpy. It's on Huckabee's feed, and then Charlie Daniels' feed is in the news. So I don't know what's happening.
I think we need to take a page and try. There's one good thing I learned. What is it? We say let's wind this up. Let's end it just like he does. We'll put it in for the day. Take it. What is it? She said.
Guess I'll hang it up for tonight.
I guess I'll hang it up for tonight, everybody. No, you say. I guess I'll hang it up for tonight.
You know what's a good song is Trudy.
Oh yeah.
Call up Trudy on the telephone.
I like a Willie Swamp. I like him.
What a Stroker Ace.
Stroker Ace, good song, yeah.
A lot of good songs. You
Yeah.
got to separate the art from the artist.
You do, yeah.
I'll tell you just about how does he got a bad one? Probably some racist ones. But other than those, good night, planet Earth. God bless.
Now's the time that we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye.
All right, we're done. I gotta make 4 more stops today after this. I get my Logan show. What is it? Beaker, flashy.
Yep.
Flash the thing on. I got some places I gotta be.
Wait a minute, Jackie.
Right.
On Charlie Daniels' Twitter, let me just say, he tweets at Taco Bell,
Yeah.
and he says, if Manhattan was underwater, the polar ice caps melted, the crops in the Midwest burned up, and all the other dire prophecies had come true the way they said, it'd be a little easier to believe what the eco bunch say. As it is, rave on, fewer people are listening. So that's a tweet of his. But then he also says, some guy's pretended to be me on the internet. He's a fraud. Don't send him a dime. Don't buy anything from him. In fact, don't even correspond with him. We are dealing with the situation.
What?
What is that guy? What is he saying? Like global warming is real? Hey, it's Charlie Daniels. I just want to say that abortion should be safe and legal.
Yeah, we're getting on there. Said we need to all respect and care for Muslims, American Muslims.
This is Charlie Daniels, and Black Lives Matter. Is it you? Does he think you're a fake Charlie Daniels just because you have a beard?
I ain't saying any of that stuff, whether it's true or not. I ain't telling nobody I'm Charlie Daniels.
That's right.
It
Jackie
says
hates
Jackie.
to be political.
Every one of these stores, it says Jackie's on it. It's not Charlie.
I think Charlie Daniels is in Colorado right now because he's got some snow, so he's got to get down off this mountain and get some supplies.
Well, then he's high as hell if he's in Colorado. That's half of that right there.
Does he smoke? I can't figure out. I don't think he smokes dope no more. I think he's all churchy.
He used to.
I think he's too churchy. Half of this is Bible verses. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. 1 John 1:9.
There's always been hippie preachers. That's always been since marijuana come in the 60s. People, they'd read the Bible and get high. People do it. I'm not saying I wouldn't put it past Charlie Daniels. He used to. Lord knows he high as hell all
Friends
the time.
to Jesus in a chartreuse microbus.
What?
CNN has white truck syndrome. Evidently, this is from a couple weeks ago. Remember that? The truck playing golf? Remember how long ago that seems?
Barely, yeah.
Evidently, their marbles have all rolled up under the dresser. Man.
They're not as good as Fred Thompson's going to say right now. Nothing against Charlie Daniels. I like your fiddle playing and I like your songs. Lord knows I do. But this twitting,
Benghazi ain't going away. Pray for the blue. 22 veterans. I'm not laughing at the veterans. Commit suicide every day. That's every day he puts those three things. And then he does a landscape. Got the wide open spaces thing happening this morning.
Why don't you respond? Can you write him back?
And say what?
What are you doing about it?
About what? Which one? The veterans? No.
I don't know. Not necessarily that one, but I mean...
What about a Bible one?
What's he doing? What is he doing about it? All he's doing is saying it every day.
Well, he's an old man.
I know, but
see, this is our problem. This is why, when they say, y'all got to confront your racist grandmothers, is what people say. Like, dear white people, I'm sorry your grandmother's racist, but you need to tell her to shut the fuck up.
Hey,
so
don't say it that way.
I start feeling sorry for Charlie Daniels. I'm like, well, he did a bunch. But what did he do, really?
Well, he wrote a bunch of good songs. Remember Tennessee Volunteer Jam? Remember that?
Oh, yeah. He's done a bunch of good stuff. I don't want to come down too hard. Remember, that's our privilege. Sometimes you have to shake a lot of trees just to get the one with the fruit. I'm afraid to start reading some of these. I don't know how racist it's going to turn out to be. Just keep on shaking until it starts falling. That's all make the day count. That's weird. How many followers does he have? Folks, I know, if you want to go ahead, y'all can go. I'm just a little obsessed with Charlie Daniels' Twitter. 656,000 followers. How many did he get today? Oh. Here's a social media warning from Charlie regarding CD, Charlie Daniels, imposter accounts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Do you want to hear this, Jackie?
Well, at least, if he's trying to protect people from, wasting money on some imposters, and, I don't mind helping him out there.
He's standing out in the middle of the woods. He has an iPad, it looks like.
Well, it makes sense he's in the woods, yeah.
Why ain't it playing? Hold on. Should I just make up what he's...
Well, you said you will play it, and what the hell are you doing?
I ain't getting no good reception.
Well...
Maybe we should cut this off before I get to this part.
If you got a computer, you got to have a computer to listen to this, right? Probably something like it.
For money. I will never ask you for your bank information. Do not send your bank information to anybody. But our only social media accounts are Facebook.com, Charlie Daniels Band, Twitter @Charlie Daniels, YouTube @Charlie Daniels Video. Now launching an Instagram account. It's @the Charlie Daniels Band.
Oh shit, I gotta follow that.
Our social media accounts from CharlieDaniels.com. That's the only accounts we've got.
Why would Charlie Daniels be wanting to know my bank information? I don't care who you are.
Charlie Daniels.
I love Devil Went Down Georgia, but I ain't gonna give you my damn bank information. Who the hell's...
What did this guy? Well, Charlie, you know the funniest thing? Charlie Daniels called me up and asked me for my bank account. Did you give it to him? Yeah. Well, it's Charlie Daniels, ain't it? Well, did you think maybe it wasn't Charlie Daniels? Oh, shit, I didn't think of that.